Oh, let's see. All right, everything like it look like it working. Um, Give me like 2 seconds. I feel like every time I see a YouTube link, it looks fake to me, but I think I'm just a little dumb. Okay, I need to change my Twitch icon. I have not updated it. All I did was I got rid of all the movement stuff. I fixed the eyes, so now my eyes can move without clipping. But I need to add movement back to everything else. I think I'm gonna start the head. Let's see, I'll just follow the mouse. I'm gonna set it to have no delay to start. I'm just gonna set everything to 1. With mouse movement. Like, I can just toggle everything off that I'm not looking at. Is there like a hide all? No, there's not. I don't think there is. Let's see. No, there's not a view setting. Never mind. Like, I want to have it. I think I want more delay. Like, I might add more down movement. So on Y. So is the Y min? That's the up. So this one's down, I think. I thought it was. Let me make sure the center is in the center of the head. I don't really want that. I might try it too. And if I deselect, I think that works. Yeah, it looks like it's fine. Okay. I'm just gonna set that to just be okay. Can I do? I'm just gonna make it 28, so it's just a whole number to look at. Or an easier number to find. Alright. So the neck and the head. I wish I could just easy copy. So it's 2s, 25, and then 2s. And then can I want all the bangs from next. Okay, they are. I think I might mix in some rotation on these ones. I'm just getting them all to have the same parameter as the head, and then I'll add some bounce and stuff. Oh, I don't want rotation. Nope. Mm, there we go. And then can I'm gonna save. Because I have issues with parenting things where it's like, I don't know how to do it without having weird clipping issues. Yeah, we're just not doing. Oh no. Yeah, that's how we saved. There we go. I think just things break, but I don't know if it's just the version. I should check if there's a new version of. If there's a new version. Let's see. 145. I'm on 146. Did I download it off the GitHub? Here, there's a newer version. Let me get the newer version. Let me just save this one more time. Sounds like the clipping issue should be happening. I have a feeling that's a bug. Just a hunch. I'm gonna see if it. I want the windows. One. And then. Oh, I skipped the whole version. No wonder. Extract all. Extract. Okay. So hopefully now I can do the parenting thing without it having an issue. Let's see. I think they made the icons bigger in this window. Okay. So the head. Did my no, my parameters are still the same. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can parent the bangs without there being an issue. Where are they? So if I so everything will be parented to this one, because this one's the tallest or the highest up. No. Wait, no, this one's the highest up. What am I doing? But it does like a clipping. Oop. Okay. I think I did the thing that crashes it. Let me double check I'm watching the right version. 1.4.7. Okay. There's 6. Let me double check this. Can I open the thing I want? That's an old version. What am I doing? Let me just clear out this folder and then download the newest version. Hold on. Cancel. Okay. So I want to do the Ixio. And then I want to go open the thing. Okay. I think if I attach things, they just clip to the same X order. I don't want that because I want the layering with the horns to be correct. Yeah, so I'll just. I wish I could make like a folder and just put them all in one folder and then not have issues. Okay, I just want to set the center. I'm going to turn the movement off for a second. I just want them to all have a similar center. There we go. And then these should be moving around the same point. Let me let my cat in my room. So I want to have bounce on the bangs. So I'm going to start the middle bang. Let's see. So if this got that, so if I have a little bit of stretch, I'm just gonna set to a number. No. Okay, that does do the thing. Okay. Because this adds just a little stretch, which I think is kind of what I want. It just looks good on the zoom out. Okay, yeah, that's kind of what I want. I want to see if there's. Oh, that just changes the Z order. Okay. Let's see. I think this looks a little better. I just need to have the horns be attached to the head or clip behind the head. I guess you don't see the bottoms of them. Like, I want to add a little bit more bounce. Yeah, I think that works. I think it adds like a slight delay. Okay. So it's 33,150. 33,150. There we go. I just need to go and add the numbers down here. So it's 21 and then 1.5. Ah. I just need to, I think, do like the rotation on the bottom ones. What if I deselect? And just add a little bit of rotation. I should probably add the same thing here. Let's add a little bit of stretch. What is... Yeah, I think that's a lot. I like how the movement be the same as the head. It's just a little stretch because it kind of looks not that good. Yeah, it looks a little better. I think I might just move. Let me pause the movement. I'll probably set the center to where everything else. Oops. Everything else is centered and it might. Yeah, it fixed it. I just want to scooch it in a little bit more. I just want to make sure it doesn't have like that paper dolly looking thing it had before, which I don't think it does right now. I think I just want to add. I think it's just maybe a bit more delay. Not on this one. Because I want to look at that one. Maybe I want it to be less delayed. No, I think I just need some rotation, maybe. If I do the 25, I might... I'm gonna set these both to 1, which is anyway too much. Yeah, I do not want that to be 1. Can I do like a 0.2? I just want like a little. Maybe a little bit more than a point. What can I not do? It's like 1's a lot. Can I do like a 0.7 maybe? Oops, 0.7. I don't even know if it's noticeable if I do it that low. I might need to change the center to be up in the spot up here. So if I do this, oops, if I do it on the right side too, that would help. So this one, if I set the centered up here, I can turn that rotation higher, I think, without it looking weird. Wait, can I do the thing where I set as like a limb or an appendage? So if I do this and I hit add appendage, okay, adding an appendage is adding a whole new file. So I think that will just attach it automatically. And I don't want that. Or it's not grabbing my audio input. There we go. I am looking at the rotation, am I? Can I turn it up? Okay, I don't want it that high. Yeah, that's a little much. Can I just do an entire one and see what that looks like? So one is it trying to ascend. We do not want that. Let's do 0.5. Above the parameters. I feel like this isn't noticeable. Oh no, it kind of is. It does rotate a little. I know, Artemis. He's talking to himself. Okay, I'm gonna up that rotation a little bit more. What if I do a 2, like a 0.2? Because, yeah, that works a little better. Do I want to keep that one as a 0.1? Yeah, this is gonna stay. What if I center it in the middle of the face? Yeah, that moves with everything a little bit more smoothly with it centered on the face. Let me make sure it's actually in the center of the face. Okay, yeah, it is. So I'll do 2 and 0.1. Yeah, and then these both have that rotation. I'll set the top ones, the top parts to be a little lower than that. I'll see if it's what it looks like at 2 and 1. Yeah, so I want to do like a 0.1 and 0.05. I think that moves it too much. I might do like a 0.05s. Like a 0.01. Yeah, I might do that 0.05, 0.01. It adds a little rotation, it's not like. I think I seen a scooch. This one a little to the left. There we go. I just don't want that shadow showing so much. There we go. If I deselect, let me go into the previewer. In my mind's eye, I just showed you all my files and I didn't. Okay. Let's go editor again. So I need to do the nose the same as the nose and the mouth are the next things I'm going to do. And this is just 2 2s, or all 2s and 25s. Let's see. I'm gonna set this to the same thing. 2 2 2 2.25. And then this should fix like the issue with the clipping. There we go. Oh, it might go back and edit the horns. I'm just getting them set in. Just because I don't think they'll have that much of a different movement. I might just add a little squish to the head. I'm gonna do that. So if I do. Or a little stretch. So it feels more like meat than the horns. Yeah, that does do things. Okay, so I just want to do. Let me deselect. Yeah, I think that works. It makes the head look less stiff. And yeah, it doesn't. I think I did enough hatching to make it so you can't see the eyelids as badly. I'll fix that too when I get there. So I'll just change this to a solid 20. I just want it to look more meaty than the horns moving. Let's see, so then I want the mouth. 25, and then this would be a 20. I might have to take the stretch off the mouth because I don't know how weird it's gonna look. With the way it's mapped, I think it's fine. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's having issues. Nope, not 5. That's way too much. Some of the drags are getting set to like 20, and I frankly do not know why. $20, and then you want 8.25, and then twos, not 0.2s, we want whole twos. Let me grab the other one. Okay, why is this mouse tracking not? Oh, it's probably because the mouse tracking's not set, and that's why it's not working. Riddle me that. There we go. Let's deselect. I think it's just the eye whites I need to move with everything else. Do we have clipping again? We do. I'm gonna see. That might just be I need to attach the eye whites issue. I wish there's just a quick way to mass copy. Like physics you set to one piece. Nope, that is not 20. Okay, so this is this. What eye white's this? This is this one. Okay, something's not aligned right here. Can I? No, I think this is in. Okay. Let's pause all the movement. I think I need to set everything's center to be the same. So if I do this. Yeah, because the only thing that have the same center are the pupils. These are the eyebrows, so these need to be set to. Let's see, so the head should be centered here. The back of the hair is centered. The horns need to be centered. The mouth needs to be centered. That's centered. That one's centered. Yeah, all these are centered now. So this should auto fix some of my issues. And then I just need to make sure I'm not going cross-eyed. There we go. Yeah, I just need to. Yeah, not having clipping. I don't think I'm having clipping that's noticeable. Yeah, there's not any noticeable clipping. Alright. I just need to go and make sure all of these are the same, because I don't think I got all of them. And I need to make sure these have the same structure as the face to make it so it feels more organic than the horns. So this is 25, 20, no, not 52, 20, 25, twos. And these ones are already set. I think the pupils, yeah, the eyeballs are fine. Because they just need to have more movement than everything else, and they do. What is with the drag being... Sometimes it defaults to 1 and sometimes it defaults to 2? Which is weird. My wants for this program. I need to go and adjust this eye boundary. My list of things I want on this program is clipping to just be an inherent thing you can do. So I don't have to put like eyelids on things, which is what I did for the eyes. That's why I'm having some clipping and some not. And that also open up to fun things, or if like you have like water or like an aquarium or like fishies or something, you can have them clip into that part. Or you can do like one of those fun things. You have like an animated like space effect in like a horn or something. I'm gonna add extra squish on the eyebrows. So in the eyebrows, I'll just set this to be 25. Yeah. I think they're having issues programming that, but I think that's the thing that they want to do. Which I'm excited to see, because that would make my life easier. Yeah. I hope when I look at this tomorrow, I don't look at it like, oh, this looks awful, horrible, and no good. Nope, I want whole twos. And then 20. And then I just need the nose. Oh, wait, oh, that's supposed to be 2? I'm like, why is the nose leaving? There we go. Like, I guess I might add a little more squish to the face. Maybe. It is... Yeah, the hatching isn't noticeable around the eyes. I'm just making sure it's not... Yeah, I need to reset the right eye. The left eye, I think... I know, that's how I feel when I'm looking at this, and I'm like, I'm gonna have clipping in my eyes. Thankfully, I don't think I have a lot. You have to be, like, zoomed in super far to notice it, so it's not an issue. Right now, I'm just re-rigging my model. It kind of sucked before, because I didn't, add meat eyelids. I've seen it redo the pupils. I think this one might just want a little more, so I might just set them to be 5. Let's see, does that clip out? No, okay. And then I might just set this one to 4s. I think that's fine. I need to go and fix the bangs. I don't like how they all move as one, even though they're like all separate pieces. Okay. Yeah, it looks fine. I just need to do this one though, because this one's the one that's the problem. Let's see, does this... I need to go along the X more, I think. Let's see what a 7 looks like. Do I want it to go further? Because I think is it, do the eyes look out of sync? I can't tell. I think they look fine. Yeah, it doesn't look freaky. Okay. Yeah, this looks fine. Let me make sure I keep saving this. pngtuber remix likes to crash sometimes. It likes to crash when you accidentally double parent something, and I keep doing that on accident. I wish parenting worked better, because like it messes up the, what is it, the X order? Z order? Every time, and it's like, I don't want it to do that. I just want it to be a folder, really. Okay, I think I just needed the ears, and then I think the head should be done. I need to do the ponytails too, or the braids. The real question is, where are my ears? Here's one. Okay, are they all touching? They are, okay. Every time, too, I swear it messes up my layer order, or my sprite order on the sprite sheet thing. Okay, so I'm gonna set these to just be what the head is, without the squish. And then I'll go in and add the squish later. Last time I did this, I put rotation on the ears, and it kind of looked bad. It made it look really flat when it moved, which I don't think it looks flat right now, but that might just be a I'm in the moment thing. And it'll look worse later, but that's a tiny tweak and not anything crazy I need to tweak, I think. Everybody see the back part of this ear? I need to not set that to 0.2 because that's just not going to move if I keep doing that. Why? Oh, this is the one I deleted on accident. I'm like, where is this ear fluff on the left ear? Let me put you where you're supposed to go, which is here. You're layered 59, right? Yes, you are. Okay. I accidentally deleted this part earlier. The ear fluff on this ear. Okay, is it? It needs to give it the mouse powers back. There we go. This one has its parameters. I think it's just the sheep ears that don't. It does have to stay. I can't get rid of it. It's like my favorite part. Not gonna lie. I can't miss that piece. Okay, I didn't misclick. Okay. I'm like partially thinking I want to look for a different program to do pngtubers in, because this one, like, I feel like some of the features are just broken. But I don't know any more besides Remix that, like, lets you do multiple pieces and lets you have actual physics on them and they aren't just static. At this point, I should just make a VTuber model. I'm gonna be so for real. But in my mind, VTuber models are so much more work. There's so many more pieces you need to have. Let me make sure I grabbed everything. Yeah, everything is moving on the head. Now I need to go and add squish. Okay, why is this like this? Let me go and re-upload the back of the ear. Hang on. Oh, wait, what? It fixed itself. Okay. Why does it do that? It's like cropping it. Is it because it's moving? That's weird. You know, it's not noticeable when you're zoomed out. Kind of. I just pretend it's not there. I'm not solving that problem. Um, it will only bug me if you stare at the tips of the ears, I guess. I don't know. It keeps like just sometimes cropping the top of the ears, and it's not other times. That's weird. Yeah, you're in on the secret of it being broken. Okay, so I want to add squish. So I want to, I'm gonna try parenting and see. I updated the thing, the program, because I was a whole version out of date. I'm gonna see if I can parent these. It's not gonna make me want to have a moment. So I think I want the back to be the adult or the main parent. I think. No, because I want this on top. So I want the back to be the parent. Oh, my layers got all messed up when I did that. And they're all gone. Okay, I'm just gonna reload it. Parenting breaks things, and I just want it to not disappear layers when I do that. Because that's what it does. I don't know why, but it would make my life so much easier if I can just attach everything and I just have to set the parameters for like one thing. And then I just have to go in and tweak stuff. Are we? Oh, we're all centered in a different spot. Let me fix that. I love it when it does that. I wish I could just set a center for everything on the head too, which would help if I had folders or parenting and didn't break everything. I think I might just be doing it wrong too. That could totally be it. In total, this is the second model I've actually rigged. But this is the second pass of the second model, so it's whatever. Okay, so this should now not have... Okay, where's the bottom ear fluff? That's not centered correctly. No, it is. Okay, why is it moving like that? Did I set the things wrong? No. It just wants to be a little off. It can do that. So to add stretch, I need to set this to be a number here first. That is too much. I think, is it more stretched than the ears? I want to be less than the ears because I feel like the hair should be more flowy, but the ears should be less. Okay, I'm gonna see that. So I'm just gonna round this out to 18, not 28, 18, if I can type. And then this is just all the left ear. And then, why did I label both of these right? I don't know how that happened. I clearly was not naming my layers correctly. Okay. Why aren't we? Oh, we're not. We don't have an effects amount. There we go. Okay, I think for. Is there a noticeable difference? I think it's the same as the hair on the back. I want it to be different. What if I just make the effect amount bigger? So if I set this to like 30? No, it's only the same on the back of the. What are you set at? You're at 16. What if I do set it more than the hair? So it's 25. I'm gonna set these all to 25 and see. So it looks like it's moving as part of the hair. Now, I feel like it still looks like it's attached to the hair. No, it does have. I think if I add, I'm gonna add a tiny itty bitty bit of rotation. So if I do like a 0.1, this might be too much. That's too much. So I want to do. Because the rotation does like a lot, but I think just adding 0.5 might be. I don't want to add it on that one though. So 0.5 only on the minimum. Let's see. I did the wrong number. There we go. I think that works. I just need to add, I think I'm gonna add extra stretch to the fluff. And then that moves kind of weird. If I set the center, that's not right. Okay. Yeah, a little rotation, I think is what it needed. Did I not put it on here, or am I just having a moment? I am having a moment. Okay. I think that's too much stretch. And then I feel like it's out of. If I do less stretch on the ear, does it illusion it into making it look more? Okay, I think this is getting into the effect of it looks really 2D on the ear now. I think I just need to move the fluff down, maybe. It could just be like a less is more. And if I just move it down, because I think just seeing under the fluff might be the issue I'm having. Because I made it a little wonky. Or it could be I should add more stretch to the top of the ear. I might need to just put more delay on it too. I think it needs delay. So the bigger the number, I think the more on top of it is. So I want to go smaller. Let's see 15. I'm going to set the delay to 15 on all of them. On the movement. Why is this not centered? Why do we have. Oh, wait. Did I put wiggle? Let's get rid of that. No wiggle. Sorry. That is why things are not moving right. No wiggle. Let me make sure wiggle is off on all of these. Because I was messing with wiggle and then I'm like, I don't like it. It doesn't do the thing I want it to. Let me just make sure it's off. Okay, it is. Because that might be why it's out of sync. I think that is why it was out of sync. Okay. Let's see, does this look. I think it's that bit of delay that fixed that. Then do I want to add my stretch? I think it just looks weird because I feel like it's following the eyes more than anything else. If I move the center up, Or to be... No, that looks worse. Let me make sure I put that in the right spot. Okay. I want to like stretch vertically where it like squishes. But I don't know how to do that. Is there a squish thing that exists and I just don't see it? Scale, position, rotation, no. Is there... Because I think this is the whole model. If I add squish, it'll squish everything. Oh, I could just fix the issue with the clipping here. Anyways. Let's ignore bounds. I got it. No, I think I'm asking for something that's not real. If I mess with the... No, that just changes where it is. So if I do the Y, that does the same thing. If I add more drag, that does not do anything that I want. Do I want to make this bigger? No. I think I might just have to do the... There's a Y thing down here. That is not what I meant to do. That is the wrong number. I think. Or it's just a really sensitive slider. I think that's my issue. Okay, so if I do... Not to 78. Let's do that to like 5. Okay, that does a little bit more what I want. Did I fix my issue? I think that looks better. It needs to just move less, though, so I need to turn that parameter down a little bit. So, like, 3 instead? Okay, that did that. So if I think I add more stretch, maybe it'll look better. Maybe. I just want to, like, squish when it moves, but I don't think I can do that. Yeah, I didn't turn on the rotation. I think I placeboed into the rotation on here. I did. The mouse was not... That was not enabled. I think I was just placeboing that. Okay. Wait, is there a secret other option? Oh, I forgot you can do lighting. I don't know what WebSocket does. I don't want to mess with that. I'm gonna save it before I start touching weird settings. Yeah, I don't... Wait, is there a squish in here? No. I could try wiggle and see if that does what I want it to. Wait, we're not following... We don't have appendages, so I can do the wiggle sprite. I set that to like 1. I don't know how to change the center for wiggle. What's the keybind? Is that not an option to look at? Settings. No. Window. About. No. Is it like Alt or something? No. I'm trying to change the position of it. Is it Shift? It's not Caps Lock. It's not that. Because that's just for whatever the heck the animation is for that. So I don't like wiggle because it's weird. Like, I feel like I would like it if I knew how it worked, but it's just that 0.5 is too much. A little goes a long way with like the wiggle stuff. Cause like even like having 0.1 or 0.2, like zero, like a tenth or a hundredth, I think does a lot, and it kind of like makes it look blurry too. Wait, if I do physics, no, it doesn't. It has to have everything enabled. Okay. I was thinking if I did wiggle physics, it would just move the wiggle when. Whatever. I'm not touching that anymore. It's making everything worse. I might just need to scooch it down again. I need to make it bigger. Can I scale this? Rotation, stability, stable. No, I can't scale. No, mine is too. It's hurting my brain 'cause it's like I feel like there's things I should be able to do, but I can't. I think I just need to sit down and force myself to figure out how the wiggle works, but it's like I don't. I need another person to explain it to me. So I think I've only seen wiggles done with like tails that are like thin hairline thickness. And they work there because it's not as detailed, but I think my model is just too detailed for that. Oh, I need to finish animating the tail. I made like 3 frames and I'm like, this should be okay looking, and it looks really choppy and bad. And I was having a moment because I didn't have the settings set right when I was importing it, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm just not gonna mess with that anymore. I think it looks fine. I think I'm just gonna keep it as it is. Maybe. I really want to have the front wiggle more, or squish more, stretch more, whatever one it is. So it might just need that little bit. Maybe. And then this. Hey, I'm just gonna reset this thing's movement. And then this was originally 20, that was 25. I might just steal the settings from this. So 25, 45. I'm just gonna set that to 45 so it's a solid number. Is this centered correctly? No, it's not. That's why it's not right. Yeah, everything else is centered on the bridge of the glasses, and that's not. Okay. What is our difference down here then? We want a 15. And then stick in a 0. Oh, I think that made it worse. Do I want to just squish it in the ear more? I think I might need to scooch it up too. I'm just having a moment with this ear fluff. It's just not looking right. I might just have to mess with this right. Work on it. Because that could totally also just be the issue and why I'm not vibing with it. I don't know, because I feel like when it's there, it's too much. When I tuck it in, it's too little. I think it's just this dark spot. Okay, I'm gonna have it be as is, because it's fine. It looks fine. I'm just gonna copy the parameters of this ear to the other one. Okay, 30, 25, 15, 2. So that's the wrong one. So I just need to copy this 25, 45. 25, 45. 15. Oops, not 15 point whatever. Mouse. So then it's just 0.05 on only the top one. Maybe I want to invert that so it's 0 here and then 0.5 on the bottom. Just to make them feel not the same. So 30, 25. And then 15 twos. And then this would be the 0.05. Oops, that is way too big. 0.15. There we go. And this is the one I have to double check on because this one's the weird one. 25, 45. 25. Oops. 25. 45. I think I'm going to tuck this in a little bit more because this one does stick out too far. And then I just make sure I recenter the center. I should recenter the center on this one. Then it's mouse 15. Why am I turning the layer off? That's not helping me. So this is a 3. And then the 0.5. If I do that. It doesn't look exactly how I want, but it's better than before. I think I just need... I might just sit and brew on it on my own time and just mess with the numbers a little bit. And then the position of stuff. I might just... I'm not gonna do the whole ear. I'm gonna cause more problems than I'm gonna be solving. Because I just want to get this to be functional and not looking horrific. And that's what matters most. I think I just need to turn... Why is this out of sync? This one's centered correctly. Okay, I think it's just the ear fluffs being a weird shape. And they look out of sync when they're not. Okay. Well, I'm trying to think. I think I'm going to just do different parameters for this one. I'm going to add rotation on this, though, because I think these ones need it more. Okay, I think I might do this. This is following my mouse. Yes, it should be. Okay, so I want 1 to be on all of these. On the minimum rotation. Wait, is it 1 or 0.01? Okay, it's 0.1. I think I might invert it on the outside one. So this will be 1, this will be 0. Or on the opposite ear, just so they're not Policing. Did I have that lock in? Yes, I did. Why is there extra bounce on this? Because this should all be... Yeah. I feel like I'm going crazy. They shouldn't be doing that. I had an issue earlier where it was doing that and it shouldn't have been either, so it could totally just be me needing to reset this piece. So I think it gets stuck in thinking wiggles on even though it's not. Or it's the mouse track. I feel like there's like weird spots where it like snaps to locations on mouse tracking. It's like if you look at the eyes, the center is where this X is on the eyes. But it like snaps from one side to the other side. So I think it's just a quirk on how the mouse tracking works. Oh my, it looks like that. Okay. So I want to add. I need to make sure I'm not muting my mic on accident when I keep bumping it. I want to add a little stretch. This is the back piece on this ear. I should probably make it so the stretch actually does stuff. I do not want that much. I think I need to hide these layers just so I can see it by itself. This is a part where I think making a VTuber model would be easier to rig, so you can do like mesh overlays and they... That might be what the normal map is on here, but I don't know how to use that. I just need to sit down and actually watch more tutorials than one. And probably on the newer versions too, because I think all the tutorials for pngtuber Plus are a little outdated. Or not pngtuber Plus, pngtuber Remix Plus is the one that doesn't, to my knowledge, doesn't have as much stuff, but that's the last time I used that was multiple years ago. So I might just be lying right now. Wait, I think I messed with something I didn't. It's probably help if I'm looking at all the same ear and adjusting everything on the same ear the same way. Okay, this is... Okay, the only thing that's different is the stretch, which is set at basically 30. Yeah, I think it was the parts being desynced that was hurting my brain. Okay, so that's done. Deselect. Okay, I can add extra stretch to this, or I'm gonna add extra delay to this part. Just so it looks more like hairy. I do extra stretch, let's see. Yeah, I think that works. I think, my brain is telling me the top part is flat, so I think I need to add. Do I want to add extra stretch to you? What if I do like a 35? No, that's the wrong one. There we go. Do I need to have it this moved up? No, I think that having it clip out a little bit. I guess you show a little bit of the pink there. Maybe. No, that looks worse. Do I want to put this in more? I wish I could warp things in this, but I think I'm asking for too much out of this program for that. So if I move this down, then so I think it's just like long and skinny at the ear, and it looks kind of wonky donkey when it's moving. I think hopefully that's my issue. Yeah, I think that moving that over helped. Let me not have the movement paused. I'm trying to check. Yeah, I think that helped. And I just need to get the other ear to be the same. So this is 2535. And then alright, all that's set. So I just need to do the stretch stuff. 2540. And then 30. Not 12. I want 25. And I think that should be the main parts of the head. I think it looks fine. So I would do a compare, but I don't want to jack stuff up. But this looks better than before. Like, I just need to go in and make the top of this ear feel more. I might just. Could adding stretch to just the top of this part make it look more like it's turning and it's not like a 2D piece? Because I think it looks a little flat right now. So if I add. I think that helps. So I might just do like a. Because I feel like that makes it look like it's rotating more. So I can do like a 60. Because that makes it feel like it's turning more. I guess I might need to shift the center on it up a little bit. Just so it. Maybe I don't need to do that. Because the syncing's a little messed up at the back now. Let's see if I set the back to 60, if that still looks okay. I might do like a 40 then. Let's see how low I can get this without it horribly desyncing. So maybe like a 35? Because I just want there to be enough of a difference where it feels like it's rotating towards you. And it's not super flat without like breaking the illusion horrifically. I think that works. So it feels like it's turning more. I wish there were clipping masks so I could solve that issue, but that's not a thing. I hope the devs fix that and make it a thing, because that's what I really want. That would solve so many of my issues. Okay, now I just need to do the pigtails, which should be pretty quick. It's the tail. Here they are. Or the braids, whatever they are, the hair piece. I just need to center the movement on the head. I should probably start from the top and go down to make sure I don't miss a layer. Let's see. Let's cut that one. That one. Those are the bangs, and those are already centered. Okay. So I'm going to set all the movement to be what the head is, which is 25s and 2s. And then I think I'm just gonna put some stretch and hope, and I might just make the bounce, not the bounce, the rotation on the things, do the rotating thing. Okay, I'm going to make sure I save the file first. And then I'm gonna run to the bathroom. I'll be back in a second. Can my thing work? Oh, it's layered grid, that's why. There we go. Alright, I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm back. It's also a good second to take to make sure everything still looks okay, because I stopped staring at it for 2 minutes. Yeah, everything still looks fine. Okay. I just need to add the effects to the hair, or the pigtails, ponytails, braids, whatever they are. The hair dangly bits. And I think I need to turn the body off, though. Where is it? Here, let me do this in an order I'm not gonna upset stuff with. Okay. Where are my arms? Here they are. I can't drag click. That's not an option. Oops. Oh no, I parented something on accident. Why is this down here? Okay. Go where the other bits of hair are. Well, why did it reset? Oh, it's because I accidentally touched it. When you accidentally parent something too, it resets its position. Okay, I see the other shoulder, which is here. Here, this should be fine. Let me just turn this whole hand off so I don't just have disembodied fingers. Okay, but everything is moving how I want it to. I just want to pair everything up with its counterpart. Like, I want to move this piece in. And then I should probably pause the movement when I'm adjusting positions. And then recenter the pieces I moved. And that got jangled in the accidentally parenting stuff. Okay. So I want to add stretch first. Let's set this to 25. Okay, I want to do a little less. Yeah, that works. And then I want to add rotation. This is not the situation where I want to set it to 1. I'll send it to like 0.5. That's still too much. What if I do 0.5? This might be a 6. I'm going to see if I'm going to touch wiggle. No, the wiggle's centered in a weird spot. It's centered down here, and that's not where I want it to be. The point of wiggle origin to be, and I don't know how to change that. And like, I think doing the appendage means I have to parent stuff, and I'm not messing with that because I might crash the program. Okay, I thought I disabled that. There we go. Because this is a situation where I would want to use wiggle, but I don't want to break everything. Okay, putting them both to 0.5 kind of counters them. So 501. 0.5.01. What? Why aren't they? It's probably because I didn't set that thing to follow the mouse. That would do it. Okay, so I want this thing center to be here, I think. But I want to center these where they're touching on their centers. So they're both centered here. Whoa. I think that works. I just need to move this over and up a little. Maybe to the side more. I feel like it moves too much. Do I want to put the center like here? Or it's kind of at the center of the actual mass. I think that works better. Because you're not going to really be able to see where these connect. I just don't want it to look awful. I think this works better. I feel like it bounces too much at the top if it's not centered. If I center it here, is there less of that issue with the attachment? Or I can set the... Do I want to set the rotation higher? Where it has more freedom to kind of follow. I think that looks a little better. Because I just want it to kind of look like it flows, because this is behind the arm and you're not going to see where they connect. Maybe I want to do it like that. Or even here's where it's anchored. So again, this is where I want to do parent stuff, but I don't want to cause too many issues. I think this is fine. So like I parent them, they'll glue together, but I don't want to break the layering and then have to re-import everything again. Because I'd mess with it more, but I just really don't want to do that. Because that is like 100% more trouble than it's worth. Okay, so I want to center it around that part. But when I center it on it, it doesn't want to move as much. I'm gonna try parent. Wait, can I appendagize it? No, adding appendage at the add an entire. Yeah, this is fine if I mess this up. Okay, so I want this one. I want the left pieces. Okay, so I think I'm doing it correctly this time. Where I can say I want the center to all of these to be here. And then if I center you here, I'm just gonna set these all to 0 again. On the rotation, because I think, hopefully, I can get these to attach in a way I want to, because now they're related. So I'll say this is here. Then you're attaching to this part. Then you're attaching to that part. I also want to double attach them here. But then it's like really weird behind the head. So I think this works a little better. Let me see if I can give us all the same center again on the head. Can I stop moving? Thank you. Wait, my issue might be is you are the only one with stretch. So your stretch is 30. So I do 25 and then I do 30. Okay, that works better. Okay. Okay, why aren't we... Do you need to... Do you just need the rotation? Because these don't... Okay, adding that rotation helps. So if I do like a 1... So if I do a 15... Ooh, we're rotating in a way I don't like. Okay. We are detaching from the head. Let's pause our movements. Okay, so I want you to be anchored here. You to be anchored here. I wish I could... Wait, I think it's the appendage thing. So if I do... Add sprite, add appendage. But if I do the add appendage, like here, add an entire new piece. Which I don't want. Do I just need to do this really scuffedly? Okay, this looks better. But this is a detaching at the top. Okay, do I need to just move everything here? Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna give up on this. I'm just gonna reload the thing. I think it was better before. Okay. I just don't want it to look super scuffed, but this is behind the arm, and I need to remind myself that no one's gonna look at that, probably, maybe, hopefully. It's also gonna be cropped off screen most of the time, too. So it's not like a very look-atable spot, visible spot. Let's see, what did I set this? No, this one. So 2530. I just want this guy to move more. Maybe I do set to like 8. But then that doesn't follow. This piece just doesn't look like it's moving. Okay, maybe that did fix it. I just need to set the center. Wait, if I center the centers in the same spot. Gosh golly, that solved my problem. Okay. These look like they're more attached. Like, not perfect, but it's better than before. So this can attach up here. And then they're mildly synced. So this guy's like at an 8, I think. No, that's too much. What are you set at? You're 2 8s. Okay. No, everything has to be scuffed. Okay, this works. So if I pause my movement... Okay, I think I want to offset this to like 7. Because it's like traveling really far. Or is it just the bottom one I need to move? That might be it. Okay, I think if I do this a 5, is that exactly... That's kind of where I want it. Did I put rotation on this, though? Am I gonna have to break everything? No, Okay. I might just increase the stretch to be like 50. Because I kind of want to make it look like it's swinging a bit more. So this is 50. I think that works. Let's deselect. Okay, I think that works. Hopefully. Yeah, this looks fine. I just need to do the other one, and then it should be perfect. Okay. Let me just stare at the parameters and copy them. So this is 25, 50. I need to double check if that's actually 50. Yes, it is. Okay, and I just need to do the ones down here. And I just need to make sure these are all centered in the same-ish spot. Okay. So 8 and 5. I might flip these. So this will be 8. And this is 5. I might keep them the same. Let me see if that looks a little better. Yeah, I'll flip them. So I don't want them to be like samey, samey, samey. Okay. And then these are pushed both to 8, so these will copy over. And then this is 1 and oops. And 5. This doesn't look right. Wait, I didn't do the stretch, that's why it doesn't look right. 2550. And then 25 and 50 again. Okay. Why is this spot one so off? It might be because I flip-flopped the numbers. I can just move it. And then I might add a little delay on this side. Just so it doesn't feel exactly the same on both sides. Okay, and then I think I might turn the stretch down on this one. No, wrong side. You know what, that works. I just need one of them to be a little out of sync. There we go. And then I gotta turn all of the body parts back on. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna do a lot. I think the torso, I'm just gonna set everything, the mouse follow to be, what is the head's mouse follow actually? I'll set it to Habsies, whatever that is. So I'll do 0.1 and then I'll do 1 for everything else. And then I'll see if it looks good. So everything is gonna be set to 1. This is gonna be like a million things. It's gonna take a minute. Oops, that's supposed to be 0.1. I know, it's like, it's annoying. I wish I could just copy paste everything. Like all the settings from like one limb to the rest. Cause like I'm gonna be honest, I'm not that familiar with the program, so there could 100% be a way to do that, and I just don't know how to. But I know this has been in development for a while, I think. Like a year or so. More than a year, even. Let me check. Let me look at the GitHub. I have it open already. Does GitHub tell you in the first? I can just go to the first version. So this has been in development for 2 years. Okay. At least probably longer than 2 years, because it starts with version 1.3.4. Whatever. There's probably an alternative program that's better than this. I'm gonna be honest, but this is just the only one that I know that does the things that I want it to. But it's like pretty broken right now. It's just annoying. Because I would think if you could copy, it would be somewhere on this menu, but it's not. So now I think I can duplicate a limb, but not to go in and change the sprite to something else. And that's just more work, I'm gonna be honest. Wait, I have 2 hands. I don't need 2 hands there, okay. Or I have 3 hands even. No, earlier I manually set everything back to beat 0 on all the movement, and that took way too long. It's okay, I'm using my hand that I'm not getting carpal tunnel in, so it's fine. So even just having like a thing where you can tweak the whole parameters for the entire body, like as a whole one unit, would be nice. But like you can only do that to like talk effects, or it's like, oh, it does stuff when you blink, or it bounces when you talk. I want these to be whole ones. I keep almost putting in 0.1 for everything. I'm like, that's not going to work. I might just take a gander. I think this works. I might just turn, oops, that is the wrong setting, and I don't even know why that's on mouse follow. Why did I set rotation for the back of the shirt to follow the mouse? I did that on all of them. What was I doing? Oh, let's just add extra movement on the arms and stuff. You know, no, that was on the arms. That makes sense why that was there. Okay. In my brain, that was not the arms, and it was like the torso. I set that. I'm like, why would I do that? That does nothing. That looks good. Okay, and then the chair doesn't move. The tail, I'm just gonna set everything to 1, and I'm probably gonna do special things for that. And I might actually go and finish putting the frames in for the animation that I made. I was gonna do in-betweens, and I am too lazy to do that. I'm gonna start here. I'm gonna add... Actually, let's start with the neck, because I think I didn't put the things in for that. No, I didn't. Let's do that. I would like the neck to move, like everything else does. I might do a 15, and I might do a 1.5 for everything here. Yeah, so it's kind of like an in-between the body and the neck. And then do I want to add a hair? Oh, I want that to follow the mouse. Let's see. I might do like a 001 or 01 for rotation. No, maybe I just want to do the minimum rotation. And then I'm gonna put an itty bitty small amount of stretch, I think. Nope, that breaks up the hatch enough for it to look bad. Never mind. Let's not do that. No stretch. Yeah, that's the most I can have it move without it. No, that does break the illusion of the hatching. No. No rotation. None. Yeah, that's the most I think I can move the neck without it looking weird. Unring the neck to the torso, though, in case I want to adjust those settings together, and then I can make it look a little more seamless. Where is my torso? There it is. So this has rotation. I don't want that. Maybe, do I want to have rotation? Let's see, does this look scuffed? It doesn't, so I'm keeping it. Okay. Does it mess with the hatching on the neck? No, it doesn't. Okay. I might do. Do I want to do this to 1.5? On these settings. I think that works a little better, and then I can do a little stretch on the torso. Yeah, I think that works, and then I can do a little bit more on the top. I still don't know what happened when I was drawing this. Or this is just how I default set this shirt to be with the arm. I don't know why I did it like that. There's like 100%. I think I'm gonna move. I think it looks weird if I move down. I need to see because I think there's some weird. There's an issue with clipping with something in this spot on the arm. Well, you can't see my mouse. Whoops. Let's just have the captured cursor so I can point at things. There we go. Somewhere down here, there's like a weird issue with clipping. Um, Hopefully I fixed it. Maybe at some point. I don't remember if I went and actually fixed it or not. Okay, I think I'm gonna add more drag on this. Hello? There it is. Or delay, not drag. I could also add drag too. Was it? I'll add a little less drag because I think I added a little too much. I think that works. Yeah, I think I might figure out how to add wiggle to the hair because I don't like how the bottoms look on that. Let's see, so I have. So this is the back of the shirt. I'm gonna copy the settings from the front. It's not even a spike, you can see, so it's gonna be. I don't even think it matters if I get it fully right. Wait, this one follows. No, this follows the mouse for rotation. This one needs to do that too. And that's not even on, so I don't know why I did that. Okay. Three, 1, 25, 32. 3, 1, 25, 32. I'm thinking if I ever want to go back and add the toggles to this, then I wanted to. So make sure I'm gonna have it like have like a sleeveless and or a sleeved and a sleeveless. You can tell it because I had arm back here that's not in shadow. Um. Oh, I'm hiding everything. I don't want to. Okay. And I was thinking of going in and adding toggles. That's why the bottom of the sleeve down here is different too. I need to find that. This is the armpit. That's the other sleeve. Okay. Let's see. So this, I'm just gonna put it on top. I just need these next to each other. Okay, so this, I want to have the effect. I want it to stretch. I'm gonna add a little more. That's a little too much. That's having clipping issues. Let's turn that down. Let's just keep it at 60. So I don't, no, that's clipping issues. Actually, I'm gonna, if I set this to 60 here, does it do the clipping still? No, okay. And then this hand, that's not the hand. This needs to be 25 and then 60. And I think that solves the issues except with the fingers. This does not need to be on. There we go. And then rotation pointer finger. Okay, I need to figure out what I'm looking at. So this is left, left. I'm missing a left finger. Left, left. Where is my pinky? Unless I no. I am missing my pinky finger. There it is. Okay. So I want left, left, left. Left, left. Yes, these are all left hands. Or left parts. I'm just syncing these all up for now, and then I'm gonna add the fingers to kind of move a little bit on their own. I'm just trying to minimize the amount of weird issues with not clipping, with like the coloring not lining up right. So I want to add a little rotation. Let's see what a 0.1 looks like. I'm gonna keep that, the max is a 0. I might do like a 3. What does a 1 look like? I think a 1 would work. So I'll set this to be 1, 2. Oh no, there's clipping. Okay. Let's not do that at 1. Let's just like a 0.8. A 0.8. Please keep that setting. Nope, that is. What? Why is that worse than the 1? Wait, oh, I forgot the 0. That's why. 0.8. Decimals are important. Wait. No. Wait, I can't. Wait, hang on. I realize I can set this thing back more. No, I can't. Okay, I think I tried this before. Yeah, that's not an option. Darn. Wait, I can turn this one's order down, actually. So this is no clipping, this is clipping. So I want this 26. So I can find this shirt, and I can see if I can set it back more. No. Okay, yeah, no. This was the clipping issue I was having before. Okay. I'm not messing with that. We can just make it so the arm doesn't move in a way that it clips stuff. Because that's just going to be me reordering every single object I have placed down. That will take way too long. Okay. Wait, unless I can bring this thing up in order without breaking things, can I? No, it does the same thing. Yeah, I think these are too close to each other on the layers to fix that. Can I do like a 5 without it? Wait, I need to be looking at both of these parts at the same time. That is not the right number. No, and then there's like a transparency. For some reason, that shouldn't be transparent. Why is it like that? Oh well, I'm not gonna fix that. I'll just turn the rotation down on both of these. Let's just do like a 0.2 and a 0.2. I don't think... Yeah, that's fine. There's only like a little bit of that weird transparency issue. But I don't think it's a noticeable amount. I wish I could add more rotation though. Can I do more on the bottom? So if I set this to like 2, I think that's fine. There's a weird transparency issue. But I don't think it's that noticeable unless you're looking at it. So I just want this arm to move more. And if I like set the minimum to 3 and then this one to 0. Because then that arm moves backwards. Oh, but then there's a worse issue where there is like actual stuff going over each other that shouldn't be. But I didn't want to make the sleeve in like 10 layers. It's kind of the thing I put in last. So I'll just do the 3 here on this side. And I don't think it has that issue. It's a little bit, but it's not a noticeable enough one. Okay. I can just set a rotation on this hand to be a little higher, hopefully. So if I do like a 3, no, 0.05? Can I add? I want to hide the fingers when I'm doing this. Okay, I think this is fine. And then I can just change these by a little amount each. And then the hand will feel more like it's moving for real, for real. Yeah, I also just don't want to make me putting in too many layers in me issue and have everything move a little different, but I think that works. Now it's the other arm. Wait, do I need to... I think I'm just gonna put some stretch on the armpit. Weird sentence. That's fine. Oh, this is also layered wrong. This needs to be in front of the back of the shirt, and it's behind it. For some reason, is this an issue that can't be solved without breaking everything? Yes, it is. I think that's a future me problem, to just go back and fix how everything's layered. Okay, then this is this sleeve. This one can do whatever it wants to with the physics. Because there's hypothetically not an issue on the upper arm with stuff. So I can kind of add more rotation here. So I can do like a 0.5. Because this arm should be able to move without breaking things. Yeah, so I think I might give this one like an 8. And then that moves a lot. This can get an 8. I think the other number was a 3, no? 2? Close enough. I'll set it as a 3 and see if that Yeah, that makes the arm. Does that look wonky? Yeah, it makes it look like there's like a weird lighting issue, so I'm just gonna set that to a 2-2. I just need to set a little squish. Or stretch. I keep wanting to call it squish. That's just not the right word. Yeah, that looks fine. Okay. Why is one of these legs hidden? I don't know why one of them has a lot more drag. You know, one of them might just straight up have more drag, and I didn't adjust that. Or the center's in a different spot. Okay, so this is 8-2, 8-2. Where is our center on our arm? It's at the top. Okay, these are all centered. Why are we doing this? Is it a stretch issue? Do you need to have a little stretch? Did I set something wrong? 8-2. 8-2. Do I need to... Can I center us here and then I center you there? No. Do I need to center you here? No. Why are we more committed to following my mouse? It's because we have a 0.1 and a 1 delay, and that would do it. Okay, let's set all of our spots back to the same one. Yeah. Okay, why are we... We have 0.1, we have 0.1, we have 0.1. Why aren't we syncing up appropriately? What is happening here? That is still wrong. So do I need to go like this way more? No. Do I need to be closer? Why isn't it doing the thing I wanted to? Can I just elbow us all to be centered on our elbow? And then we'll magically... Why aren't these... Is there wiggle that's not supposed to exist? No. Wait, if I pause movement... Okay. Why... Okay, why are we so... Is it just because we're all in the wrong spot and I think we got moved? And we shouldn't have been moved? And that's why we're having an issue? I think it got moved when it wasn't supposed to. Yeah, there we go. I think you need to be scooched back more. Okay, I need to zoom in, pause movement. That is not lined up correctly still. That made it worse. Okay. Where are we supposed to be attached? What did I do here? Okay, is this just that I'm zoomed in and that's why it looks bad? Yeah, no, it needs to go up more. Yeah, it needs to scooch up. Okay. It's fine when it's... Okay. Do I just need to turn the movement down to be like a 5? No, do I need to make the movement more to be like a 9? Okay, I think 8 is what we wanted here. What if I set that to 0? No, it's just slightly off. Okay, I think. Oh. Okay, I think it's a thing. Wait, if I have this will be zoomed out this much. And I'm using the model. Okay, I think it's fine. It's not bad enough where it's noticeable. I need to turn the rotation down or the squish down on the shoulder though. Is it that? No, is it what is my issue parameter? Do I need to like make this like a 7.5? No, why do we wiggle? Do I just need to scooch you down? Wait, it's probably because you're attached at the top. Or at the bottom now. Okay, I'm just gonna scooch everything around down here. And weirdly, that made the hand look better. Okay, the hand was just in the fully wrong spot. I fixed it. Now the fingers just need to go in their correct spots again. Okay, I want this pinky. Did I move the other one? No, I didn't. Okay. Wait, I should probably pause the movement and attach the fingers where they're supposed to go, and then unpause it. Okay, these are fine. The thumb just needs to go in the thumb spot. Yeah, that's the thumb spot. This pointer finger needs to go back. There we go. And then the pinky needs to scooch backwards a little bit too. Okay. Oh no, wait. If I unpause it. Okay, when I unpause it, it looks better. Okay. It's fine. That's what matters. That's the thing that matters when it's unpaused. Okay, so it's 54. Nope, that's the wrong hand. 8-4. I'm gonna have a moment and crash out. Why? 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 Is it because I hit the wrong button? That might have been it. Okay. You're centered there, you're centered there, you're centered there, you're centered there. You're not, but that's because you're on your different limb. Okay. Why is it so different compared to the hand? You should be centered up here. Maybe a little lower. Okay, we're fixing this. It's working. Okay. 8 and 4. And then 8 and 4. Why is this happening? This shouldn't be changing this much. They're all centered in the same spot. Okay. Control click. I'm gonna zoom all the way in on the spot. So it's in the middle of my screen. I'm gonna turn the movement off because that might be the issue. So everything's centered in one spot, and it's the same spot for every part of this arm. Okay, everything's broken here. I'm gonna go and attach everything appropriately here. Again, this should be like up here. Yeah, because that lines up all the bits and bobs. This thumb goes here. It touches that seam. There we go. And if I deselect, everything looks fine. Almost these middle fingers, I think, need to come further out. Oops. I didn't mean to minimize that window. Okay. And then I think I might move this pointer finger down. There we go. So that looks okay. If I unpause the movement, we're just a little broken. Okay. So 8, 2, 8, 2, not 32, 8, 2. There we go. So I do an 8 and a 2 again. 8, 2, 8, 2, 8, 2. Hello? Can we sync up? Okay, if I deselect. Do we have different amounts of drag somewhere? Or I don't know why it is so off. So you have a 1 on our delays. Yeah, is there a difference? Okay. Sorry, I'm quiet. I'm trying to figure out why everything's broken. And I need to think to do that. Okay, and then doing this should fix it. Well, we can remember we're going to zoom out. We're going to be zoomed out this much 99% of the time. And that hand looks fine. I just need to add a little variability in the fingies. So the fingers feel like they are moving on their own, and they're their own guys. There we go. Okay, I think I fixed that issue with the hand. We're going to save, because if this crashes, I will cry. Okay, I just need to do the legs. And I think all the leg parts should be together. I think yes, all the leg parts are together. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. Thank you. I'm trying to think right now. Okay. So I'm gonna add a crumbage of stretch on the top of the legs, I think. I'm gonna do a little less than that. Because here the desync shouldn't be noticeable really at all, because the legs are kind of really hatchy. Oh no, I need to move the whole arm down. Wait, can I just get rid of the lower rotation number and just set that to 0, and then I don't even have to have a moment. Let's see. Oh, I'm like covering my mouth with my hand. I should not be doing that. Okay, so if I set this 2 to 0, it's gonna move the arm down. No, I moved the whole arm. Wait, can I? I'm gonna see if this is like a down the chain effect. Okay, it does lower the whole hand. Okay, we're just gonna set all the lower parameters to 0. Because I forgot there's a shadow under them and it's gonna look really weird. Okay, this should. There we go. That's not. Okay. That's fine. You're not gonna see that hand that much anyways, so it's not an issue. I like a snow, and it will upset me just a little bit, but that's okay. Or if I'm having a moment with it, I can just go and fix it later on, but I'm in the home stretch. I just need to get the legs done, and then I can tweak things later if they really upset me. Okay, so I did the bottom of the torso. So I can do this. I can actually adjust this leg up. So I think if I do the minimum rotation, I set this high. I thought it would make it uppies. No, that's the downies one. Okay, hang on. Is this the one that goes uppies? Yes, it is. Okay. We don't want it that high, though. We are not that articulated. Okay, what is like the weird... Why did it... Okay. Why does it move if I set, like... Am I losing it? Okay, if I did this, it lifted it up. Okay, was I just not moving my mouse? And it didn't like that. Yes, it did not like I wasn't moving my mouse. Moving my mouse. I cannot talk. Okay, if I do like a 1. 1, I think works. Let me just make sure there's not like a weird... Yeah, there... can I jangle the leg down a little? Maybe I can... My arm is falling asleep. This is not good. Okay. Let me zoom out the way it will be most of the time. Okay, I think I just need to scooch it backwards. If I do this. Nope, you can see the meat leg bit. Okay, this is just going to reset. Oh, I need to hide that hand. Let's see, it's here? Yeah. Let me just line this back up where it was before. I think it was like here. Ish. Okay. I might just set that rotation a little less, I think, on that leg. On that leg, this piece. I might do like a 0.7. Yeah, I just kind of want it so the hand and the shadow on the leg line up a little bit more. And then this was set. Oops, where is it? No, I want this one. 7. So I'll set this to 7. I think the thing was set up a little higher. And then this should be 7. Let me make sure the rotations. I'm just gonna set it at the tip of this thing. Because that's an easy spot to get several times in a row. And then if I do that... Yeah, that leg's pretty synced up. I just want to add a little squishy squish on the bottom of the pant. Or stretchy stretch. And then I want to fix this because that is very bad. Or very out of sync. That's the word. There, that looks Let me zoom out more. That looks okay. I might move push up a little bit. That is the wrong up. I think I just need to scooch it in a little more. It's clipping out enough where I think maybe I did need to just scooch it down. That might have been the better direction. Yeah, that fixes it a little bit. Okay, then I see the other leg. I think I just need. I think something's set to 1 when it's not supposed to. Yeah, this is supposed to be just 0.1. So I'm trying to figure like why is that moving so much? It does not need to move that much. There we go. Is 3 is a really big number. Okay, this needs to be like a 0.6. I just want them to be a little different. Yeah, I think setting that to 6 works. Not wrong foot. This one can be set to 6. There we go. And then the legs are moving in different ways so it doesn't feel super synced up. I'm going to set this to 25. I'm going to add a little stretch. And then that to 25. And then add some stretch. Okay, that needs to be a little less. I think that works. I just need to do the tail, and the tail should take like 10 seconds. Because I just want to do. Where is it? I want mouse. I want a little extra delay. I want this to be like a 2. This to be a 2. 2, 2. And then this to be like a 6. Nope. We have wiggle enabled. No wiggle. We are not an appendage. We're not attached to an appendage. We cannot have that as an option. Okay, I want to go uppies. Okay, what do I need to do to make it go up? That's backwards. I have to do that as a negative number. That's too negative. Okay, so I want this to be like a negative 0.01. Let's see. Okay. And let's set this to a positive 1 or a 0.1. That makes them cancel each other out. Let's set that to 0. Come on, I want more. Okay, that works. And then I just want big stretch. I'm going to do 25 here. Okay, I think this works. Okay, and then I'm going to save. I want. So this is mouth closed. There's going to be no animation. Mouth open. I don't want that. I want to squish on the blink. I'm just going to zoom in to make sure the parts that I'm staring at that matter most look okay. So that does a little squishy squish. Okay. And then if I do 1 bounce, and then I want a little bit, and then I want high gravity, because I had an issue where it kept loading up. I think this works. Do I want a little more bouncage? That is too much. Nope. Let's see, do it 50. High gravity. Does that looks bad. It's like a 10 and a 5. I think that's kind of what it was before. Do I want more gravity? Okay, that works, I think. I think it's enough where it does a little bounce, but it's not. That's not really noticeable. Do I want to turn my gravity down? Can I turn it down with the clicky buttons? Test. Okay, let's turn up the bounce. Test. Okay, I think that's a little much. Okay, I want more gravity. Can I do one bounce is what I wanted. I misclicked. Okay. Okay, why does the gravity button keep breaking and not letting me turn it down? Does it just want to be set high? Okay. I think this works. Maybe. I think it's fine, yeah. I'll see. I might have adjust that later. Okay. Now I can fix my window on OBS. Let me do that. Let me put my pngtuber back where it's supposed to go. For some reason I tried to do a different window capture, it broke and it didn't want to work. Okay, so this can go here. Wait, I need to crop it first. Let me fix this crop on here first, actually, so I don't... It's centered. There we go, and then I zoom out. And then I save it, so it saves this position. There we go, now I can go and crop it. That's the wrong button, I want Alt. And then I just want to leave wiggle room. I think this is fine. I can go bigger and then keep myself in the corner. I think it was like that-ish size before. Okay. Let me lock this window. And then I want to restriction categories to Minecraft. I am done working on art stuff today. Let me not change the other thing. Can the category window pop up? Hello? Thank you, OBS. There we go. Let me change the title to um okay. I should have launched this like a few minutes ago. It's gonna take a minute for it to load up right. I'm gonna take this minute to go and grab a snack or something. I'll be back in a second. Oh, my house is so cold. Okay, I want that, and I want game capture. There we go. And no one's online. There wasn't much missed on the. Oh, this plate is chipped badly. Okay, you didn't miss much on the event. Right, thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it in the follow too. So there's an event on Saturday. I kind of had a horrible headache. I'm like, I'm not streaming this if I might have to dip out halfway through. We just did dinner and then an attempted murder, like the average event, and I kind of went and cleaned out my inventory. I made a create backpack and a food backpack. I also made a lot of food. There's like a fun fishing mini game. I also befriended a ghost too. That's kind of about it on what happened. Okay, this is my equipment bag. Let's see, so I want this. What was the other thing that I think was in a deep slate? Okay. I'm gonna check on the cobblestone machine. And see how it's doing. I don't know how long I'm playing Minecraft for today either, because I need to work on my D&D stuff. I'm gonna be so for real. And I've been streaming for like 3 hours, okay. I spent way longer making the rig than I thought I would have. It has like 40k cobblestone. Wait, why? That does not make sense. Okay, I think the math was just catching up. I'm gonna finish my snack, and then I'll finish this. That's good. I'm just gonna end stream. I have other stuff I need to work on. I'm gonna distract myself for another like 2 hours. I have stuff to work on. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably stream again on Wednesday. I'll probably be drawing on Wednesday, maybe. Yeah, I know I probably will, because the new Chat art book comes out. Yeah, I'll probably be drawing on Wednesday. I might play Minecraft, because I haven't done it in a couple days. Or I might off-stream Minecraft, I'll see. Alright, bye-bye.